Welcome to this Haiku Screencast. And this screencast is all about Wonderbrush once again. And we want to create a nice looking wallpaper in Wonderbrush under the Haiku system. So let me first pull up Wonderbrush application from the menu, from the applications menu of course. And then we will get starting. So the first thing that I will do is fill up the transparent background here with an almost similar looking background color as we have on the normal default Haiku wallpaper. So let's fill it up. I will change the mode from normal to gradient because I want to make a gradient. Ah, damn it. It didn't save the color options. So then I will change to the gradient tool and will rotate this gradient so that I can have a nice up to down gradient. Isn't there an damn it there isn't an box where I can type in how to twist it, so I need to make it manually here. Or I'm too stupid to find the box where to type in. So make the gradient from up to down. I can zoom out, I think. This makes stuff a little bit easier. So you can zoom out with your mouse pretty easy here. So now we have a gradient from top to the bottom. Then I will change first of all, the bottom should be a darker color, just like we have on our desktop background. So this one will be fine, and the upper part should be a lighter color. So I think this, or even a little bit lighter, looks great. This isn't dark enough, I guess. Make it a little bit darker. Perhaps make the transition go a little bit so this looks pretty nice, I think. So let's start working with this. I will zoom in, not zoom out, a little bit, and perhaps make the window a little bit bigger so we can have great looking picture here. So the first thing that I will try to do is create some bubble effects on this wallpaper. So I will grab my brush here. I will set an opacity, not 100% opacity, and smaller radius here, I think. And then I need to set also a color for my brush. So we'll go with a lighter color. This looks pretty good, I think. And then I will simply put in one point here, so I can then go to my objects menu, select object, select duplicate. Here I can make a translation and a count, so I want 5 more bubbles, and I want them to translate in let's say 20 pixels X and about 50 pixels Y. I don't want to change the rotation. I can change the scale, but I don't want it here. So let's click on duplicate, and you can see nice little bubbles here. So we can then of course arrange those bubbles if you want to, but you can simply create another bubble that you want then to duplicate. So let me create one with lesser opacity and a big radius, and put it halfway on top of other twos here, for example. It's a little bit too light. So make the opacity a little bit more. So this looks better now. Then we can, of course, also duplicate this one here. Also 5 times, almost the same, but we can scale it if you want to. So let me scale this down to half here. I duplicate, and now we have also some nice bubbles here. And now we can rearrange those bubbles with our selection tool here. We can pick those bubbles, and then we have the transformation tool. Oops. Pick one bubble, and then we can move it wherever we want to. See, it's moving behind my big bubble here because it's underneath my big bubble, simply in my order here. Then I can grab another bubble, grab it, then go to transformation, and then place it somewhere else. And so this way you can create a nice bubbling effect for your wallpaper and some other images. So we'll then make it a little bit faster here. This one, and grab it. I'm sure that there's also perhaps an easier way to do this, but I didn't found one. So if you have some skills on creating those bubbles, if you have some ideas how to create them faster, they might be useful for some of you. So let me create this, move this one. I think those two here, those two suckers here will be deleted. So now let me select this here. No, I want to select all of them here. Let me select all of them here, all of those bubbles, by simply holding down the shift button and selecting those objects, or going down the list here and select all the ones that besides the bucket full, besides your background, and then you can just hit duplicate here again, and this time we want to duplicate them only once, and we will move them away. Only we won't scale them, so setting this one here to 1.0, and we'll move them on the x-axis 20 pixels away, so that we can then grab them, as you can see now, grab them with our tool and then place them somewhere else. We can also rotate them. This sometimes looks better, as you can see here. You can move this to the bottom. Now we have already a nice looking wallpaper image, just with a few simple steps. But what I also want to do is make a little nice transition or gradient stuff with a bubble that might also become very handy if you want to do this. So this is too small. I need to make it a little bit bigger. Make it as big as I can. This one, make it as wide, I think, as I can. And then I think the opacity can be 100% here, or somewhere near. and then just place it somewhere on the top of the image, for example here. Now you have a white thing here. This isn't good. This is good, but we want it to make a little bit better looking, so we will change we can change the opacity, but we can also think we can set the hardness. Here it is, the hardness, so we will set the hardness to 50%, 20% perhaps, and we can set the opacity a little low, 100. Of course we need to scale it then a little bit up. Oops. Somehow got smaller, so now we have, I think, a good looking blur effect. Can scale it a little bit up so that we have a light, some kind lightning light here in the middle of our wallpaper, and I think this looks pretty cool. So now we have good background, and if you want then to put any image on top of this, maybe the Haiku logo or the 7OS logo or whatever logo you want to put on here, I would suggest creating a new layer. So creating new here, and drop this logo that you want to use on top this layer. So later when you then reopen your image with Wonderbrush, you can then easily change or exchange the logo that you have on your image. So let me put this up here, the Haiku compatible logo. So as you can see, it opened up now the logo underneath my image that I created. So I then can just click on the bitmap, select object, select copy, then go to my wallpaper, go to make sure that you have layer 1 enabled, not the default layer, and then go to objects, select paste, and there you have it. Can then place it where we want. We can make it, I think, a little bit smaller and make it a little bit stylisher. So this one looks cool here. So is it the middle? I guess it's the middle. I hope it's the middle. Let's see. I need to, of course, go to the default layer, select my background, go to transition or transform, and cannot see the pixels. Damn. It's in the middle. So now I'm ready. I've done with this nice looking wallpaper. So I can then, of course, change this, export it as a bitmap or JPEG or whatever. Just go to wallpaper, Wonderbrush, Haiku compatible 1, and I will save it as a PNG image. Can set some changes here if I want to. I'll leave it to the default, click on save, and it will be saved. And I can also save this as a Wonderbrush working save the canvas here as a Wonderbrush canvas, Haiku compatible 1, saved. And yeah, this is basically now everything for this screencast. I showed you how to create with easy steps in Wonderbrush a good looking, nice looking Haiku wallpaper with bubbles and nice gradients, transitions. And I hope you enjoyed this screencast, and until the next time.